welcome back to a new episode of Dating 411, the place to come to get effective dating tools and tips so that you can create the love life that you deserve and desire. I am Raeeka Yaghmai, the founder and CEO of Dating with Confidence, and I am so looking forward to today's topic. So today I'm going to be teaching you 4 ways to help you with that initial connection that you make with a man, whether it's online or offline. I know from what I've heard and what I've personally experienced that those first connections is awkward. You know, we don't know them, we don't know what to expect, and at the same time, we really want it to work out. We want to find love. So a lot of times, you know, our mind is just going like so fast and all these thoughts are coming up, and it can really create a place. It cannot be helpful when we don't have direction. So I thought, you know what, let me create give you 4 steps that can help you really ground yourself and go about that first initial connection to see if the guy is the right guy or not. All right, so here we go. You ready? All right, so tip number 1, don't go into that initial conversation, whether it's a first date or whether it's a guy that has approached you online and you are chatting with him. Don't expect instant results, instant chemistry, instant connection. Rather, ask yourself, what can you do to create chemistry and connection? A lot of times my clients go on a date and they're like, well, I didn't have any chemistry, or there was no chemistry, or there was no connection. And my question is, well, okay, let's talk about that. What did you do to create connection? Let's look at that. And a lot of times we're just waiting for the guy to lead. And that's when it can get a little confusing, because when we go with that expectation, all it does, it just robs us from showing up as the irresistible woman that we can be, somebody who creates the situation so that connection is made. Which brings me kind of to this point, which is number 2. Tip number 2 is be compassionate to the guy, whoever he is. Be compassionate. Ladies, you will be so surprised to know that men are just as nervous as you are, if not more. They're just as nervous as you are, if not more. You know, you got to understand that men too are trying to navigate the rules, and they get rejection by far more than you do, because they are expected to reach out and create connection and ask for the first date. Do you know how many times they get a no? And they, you know, just pull up their sleeves and do it again and again and again. So be compassionate towards this guy that is also going out of his comfort zone to reach out to you or go on a first date with you and get to know you. And when you come from that place and know that he's just as nervous, there is more humanity in that connection, rather than kind of like expecting for things to be there and for him to do the right thing. And he's going to notice that. And believe me, quality guys are going to notice that. I remember when my man, my lovely Tim, and I were first meeting, one time he said, you know, I'm nervous. I haven't done this for a while. And I said, me too. Why don't we be nervous and scared together? And he was like, you know, that sounds so good. And it was like immediately this kind of like pink elephant in the room just disappeared. And we were able to connect on that, which actually brings me to the 3rd tip that I want to share with you. And that is, ask open-ended questions instead of interviewing him. Ask him to talk about his passions. What gets him to wake up in the morning? what does he want? What legacy that what is it that he wants to, what is his purpose? Like, what does he love about life? You know, what gets him going? What are, you know, just ask him, you know, questions that are going to help him talk about himself. Because it's in that conversation that then you can create connection with him. Like, for example, in the conversations that I made with Tim, I realized that he is nervous. You know, like we were talking and, you know, we just kind of like, he just was talking and I said, you know, it sounds to me that, it's hard for you to say, you know, some of the stuff that you want to share with me. And he's like, I know, because I'm scared. You know, I haven't done this for a while and I also don't want to get my heart broken again. And I said, I know, me too. And, you know, I took what he said to me and connected it to something that I feel. And that was when we created connection, right? I didn't know if he's the guy that is going to end up being my life partner, but I knew that in that moment, I created something that we became allies. We became a team. You see what I mean? So if he's talking about like his passion, you can say something like, wow, I love that you're talking about your passion because this is how I feel about this and this. And I love when I learn about other people's passion because then I feel like we can understand each other when it comes to that. And you're creating alliance right there. All right. I want to see if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So give me a like or a yes, I totally get it in the comments area because it's really important for me to share with you what you want to know. All right. And last but not least, this is pretty obvious, but I want to say it anyway because it's good to have the reminder. Really center yourself, ground yourself, remind yourself, whatever word that you want to use to go into the date or go into this chatting situation without judging. And I mean it, ladies, without judging, because you're getting to know a complete stranger, right? So if you judge, if you go based on making a judgment based on information that you're getting without really knowing the entire story, you're robbing yourself from connecting to somebody who could really be your person. Now, wouldn't that be sad? I know it would be for me if I had gone into the situation judging Tim for some of the things that he had shared with me. Instead, I gave ourselves time. I asked more open-ended questions. I got clarity on things. And I learned more about him. And the more and more I allowed him to really easily speak about himself, I got to know him much more. And I didn't have to make up stories. I actually had his stories to lead me and guide me to see if we are a match or not. So these are the 4 tips, 4 steps you can implement right away, because I know you're out there dating, or for those of you who are out there dating, or for those of you who are scared about, you know, how do I handle those first conversations, you know, or I don't know why I can't get past my first date. These 4 tips are for you. It's going to really help you with that first initial connection, whether it's online or offline. And it's going to help you create the second date and the third date and the 4th date. And then in that, you realize if the guy is right for you or not. I really want to encourage you as a bonus to not go into these initial conversations with an expectation that I don't want to waste my time. I don't have time to waste. So I got to know right away, because been there, done that, got the t-shirt. And I will tell you this again, gently, that you are going to rob yourself from getting to know somebody on a deeper level, because you never know. That guy's also nervous and he might say or do things that are, you know, maybe putting you off at the beginning. But if you give him a little bit of a space so that he can feel comfort just like you do, you know, you want to feel comfortable, sorry, it will go a long, long way. All right, listen, I really want to hear from you. Are you picking up what I'm telling you? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I want to hear your thoughts. And the best place to do that is to go to the link to my website, which is right down here, and put all your comments there, because that's where the real conversations are. And if you want to even take this further and talk to me in person and connect with me on a weekly basis, guess what? I have a Facebook group called Dating Tips for Savvy Single Ladies. It's free and it's private. And it's designed for savvy, single, smart, successful ladies like yourself who have created success in many areas of their lives. But this dating thing is like still an enigma. It's like still the mystery. And I wanted to go apply to get in, and you just have to answer 3 questions. So I know that you're a match and that you're serious about this. And join us, because every week I have a live Facebook call in there, and you get to ask me questions in real time. The more I know what you need, the more I can provide you with the information. And that's really my mission, to help one woman at a time, to empower her to find connection and love and trust in herself, so that when she goes out dating, she knows what she's doing and she can find the love life that she really, really loves and wants. Okay, have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon in the next episode. Mwah. Bye. Now, I want to hear from you. I want to know what's your biggest insight that you're taking away from this video. Leave a comment below, and don't forget to share this video with your friends. Join me at Dating with Confidence in empowering more women on their journey to creating their desired love life.